channel. And today's gonna be a very short, cut and simple video about the power of women. So basically, it's important to understand that when you talk about women, that by nature, you know, just based upon the realm that they naturally are in, just by them being women, they naturally are more intuitive um, and more psychic by nature. So this is why they say like a woman's intuition is very strong, and like they tend to know what's going on while it's happening. Um, they due to them being uh, absorbed very heavy into their emotions and feelings, and having strong emotions and feelings and being sensitive to the senses, they tend to be able to perceive a lot of what's going on around them subconsciously. You see what I'm saying? Because it deals with that more. Give me 1 second. You know what I'm saying? So you start to realize that when you talk about psychic or the psyche, that deals with the emotions and feelings. So the more a person is tapped into their emotions and feelings, the more they'll be able to feel around them what's actually going on. Psychic or psyche is more so tapped into the present, like what's going on in the present. So if anybody got like weird feelings, to be able to sense a lot of that energy or know when something is not quite right in the moment. You know what I mean? 1 second. So that's what psyche is. Now intuition deals more so with the imagination and vision, because it's tied more so to the fire element, which is more so tied to the future, knowing what's going on in the future. And a lot of men do have this though, like a lot of great philosophers. There's why you have a lot of like, quote unquote preachers or philosophers or men who carry out certain spiritual um, teachings and stuff like that, and prophets and stuff. But women by nature are definitely more psychic than men in general. Now, masculine and feminine itself is not subjected to just one gender. You can have a man that is way more tapped into his divine feminine than another woman. You can have a woman that's way more tapped into her divine masculine than another man, for sure. Um, the body that you take doesn't it's not subjected to masculine and feminine. Masculine feminine is not subjected just to the body and vessel that you take at the moment. But due to women taking the body that they do take and the attributes that women have in general, they tend to be more psychic and more intuitive by nature. But also understand that they also are better manifestors. They just don't know how to utilize their energy. Um, but once they understand how to utilize their energy, they can take over the world. You see what I'm saying? Have a lot more power than the men in general. When you speak about spiritually, this doesn't mean that every single person walking around as a woman is the almighty goddess. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying in general, if the average woman, the average man is gonna have a lot more manifesting abilities due to her being already tapped into emotions and feelings. That's what manifests stuff in your life in general. That is your will. That heart chakra. You see what I'm saying? Your emotions and feelings. That's what manifests things into your life. The only thing with women is, if you or anyway anybody, because we all have emotions and feelings. But what I'm saying is, if you don't know how to utilize it, use it, and aim it towards what direction you want that to go in for what you want to manifest, then it'll cause havoc and chaos in your life. You're just gonna end up manifesting a lot of bull crap, you know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff that you don't really want to experience because you don't know what we do, We don't know the power that we have. We don't know how to use it. So we don't really always know what we're doing. But it does get that deep. Um women tend not to know the full power that they actually have as far as not fully knowing their influence, and a lot of it is due to the indoctrinations of society and what they put on women, and they make them feel less than. A lot of it too is what I always say deals with religion. Religion is a big forefront of a lot of the gender wars and a lot of the gender issues of women feeling inadequate in life and feeling less than. A lot of that is also caused by religion. So society and religion are the main two things that attack the female or the feminine nature in general. Um, and it's a real messed up thing. But there's a time and a place for everything, and everything eventually is gonna step into its power, no matter how long that time. You see what I'm saying? It takes to get to that point. So yeah, that's what I'd say. A lot of times, they don't know the influence that they have, how powerful they really are, how much influence they really are. And not to necessarily get into comparison games per se, because everybody has their own role. Each gender has their own role, male and female. It's some things that a male can give that sometimes a female can't, and it's some things that a female can give that a male definitely can't give sometimes. So everything serves its purpose. Nothing is all bad. It more so comes upon the individual. But I'm just saying, by nature, a woman's presence and influence in general, a lot of times can be much more influential than the average man. You know what I'm saying? There's always different spectrums of everything. There's different spectrums in genders. Not to put anybody down, but you have like the real low, what you may consider the base, or what you may consider lower natured, feminine, part of the feminine. What you talk about like, oh, this whore over there, or she this prostitute or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You have the lower natures of that, but you also have the higher natures, like on the queen level, or goddess level, or the woman that everybody wants to be around, the woman that everybody wants to be. All the females want to be the woman that every man wants to be with. You have higher nature too. The same way with the men. You have a lot of low level men, a lot of lower nature, low vibrational men, but you also have high top tier level men too. But you would consider like high value men, like a lot of kings, men that know their self worth, divine, masculine. You know what I'm saying? So there's always levels of everything. That's why I try to tell people not to get too lost into the gender wars. That comes from people clumping everybody together, and that's what I had to learn. It's not really the right thing to do, because no matter how lost we get, how much we feel upset about our situations and our past traumas and situations that didn't go in our favor in our life, that we hold it against ourselves. At the end of the day, you have to understand that every woman is different. Every man is different. We might have attracted the negative um, people or whatever in our lives, that we might be like, oh, well, bump men, F men, or whatever. We may be like, oh, F women, these women, they ish, they ain't ish, whatever this and that third. But you gotta understand that when you start to take responsibility as a spirit, and you grow in wisdom, and you get wise, you start to realize that we're the ones manifesting these things. And sometimes that's the hardest pill to swallow, because it leaves a lot of the responsibility up to us. And I always felt like that's one of humanity's biggest fears, is to be in a situation where they have to take full spiritual responsibility for their life. A lot of times we want handouts, so we want to blame something on God or something that's outside of ourselves and not take the full blame. But when you're faced to have to take the full blame, it's one of the hardest things for us. But um, these are the people that we manifest in our lives. So it's not good. It don't feel good. It's not sweet. It's not crazy, right? Like they'll say, it's not. It don't feel good. But at the same time, you gotta understand that when you go through these situations, they make you stronger, and then you can look back and realize that, okay, I know why I manifested and attracted these people, places, and things. It was something going on within inside me that caused me to attract these negative men in my life. Or it was something that was inside of me that caused me to attract these negative um, women in my life, or people, or friends, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because you manifest from the inside sorry, you manifest from the inside without. As above, so below, as within, so without. So, same thing. What's up is out. What's in is down. You know what I'm saying? Like upper, inner, all that is the same concept. But the whole point that I'm saying is, it forces us to realize that, okay, we have a little bit of the power, we have a little bit of the authority. So now we can be self-conscious of what energy we're in when we attract these individuals, and then we can do it from a more positive way and actually take time out of our lives to purposely try to manifest the people in our lives that we want. You see what I'm saying? Instead of just having our life on autopilot, trying to make something take the wheel, not knowing what's fully taking the wheel, putting the power in our hand. But with that being said, I'm gonna cut this live short. This basically was about the power of women and how powerful they are, and how they're more intuitive and more tapped to the psychic ability in general by nature. Like I said, everybody is different. You're gonna have some men who have more what I consider wizard ability than the female, meaning they can manifest a lot of things in their life much more. You're gonna have a lot of females who have more witch energy, where they can attract more than men. But I'm just saying, in general, females naturally are tapped into the yin realm more so. So what does the yin realm deal with? Emotions and feelings. So that's where the power at. That is closer to the spirit. That is like the spirit, the soul. You know what I'm saying? So that's what manifests. Um, a lot of them just don't know their power yet. But with that being said, I'm gonna cut this now short. This video was about,